Welcome to episode 4 of Books I Read with My Cat. I'm Courtney,
I'm Val.
I'm Allison.
and we are your hosts for this podcast. How you guys doing?
Doing good. Doing
Pretty good.
good.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Because you said it just like that last time too.
I know.
Did I was
Right.
sitting here thinking that.
Doing good.
But that's good, because,
Yeah.
good is better than not good.
It's true.
Yeah. Everything's
Yeah.
fine. It's good.
Did you guys have a good day?
Yeah. How about you?
Pretty good.
That's good.
I called car places today.
Oh boy.
Great.
That sounds like fun.
Nice. Did you get any answers?
No. So for funsies, my driver's side window doesn't roll up. And there's no parts in town to fix it. So I just been driving around with saran wrap on my window, and it's been very loud. I hate it. So
Yeah,
the
you said you can't listen to audiobooks, it's too loud.
Yep, it's way too loud. The only way I can listen to them is if I'm at a stoplight when my car is not moving.
Dang.
And there's
So
therefore
you
no
just
wind.
strategically pause and play your books.
Yeah. And so now I'm like getting behind.
Oh no.
Yeah, so you know how I'm like, yeah, they can get a part in by March 20th. Turns out that was the part that didn't fit.
Oh no.
But I have an
Oh.
appointment on Wednesday, and hopefully they can just crank the window
Manhandle.
up and get it stuck or make it stay
Mhm.
and then look for a part.
Oh boy.
So like at
Yeah.
least it's closed while you wait.
Yeah. And I can listen to audiobooks again.
Yeah.
Nice. Priorities.
Yes, that is the key priority. I don't listen to music in the car anymore. I only listen to audiobooks.
Same. Unless I just finish an audiobook or my brain just can't focus on an audiobook, then I'll listen to music. But that's
Mm,
very rare. Usually I have to be like super excited or something.
yeah, I don't drive nearly as much as you do, so
That's true.
My drive is like 4 or 5 minutes, so I don't usually listen to the book if I'm driving home from work. It's normally Sleep Token or something, or
Mhm.
Kendrick Lamar or someone with the day.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's like 2 songs maybe.
Yeah,
And then
even
like
worse.
barely any audiobook if you were to listen to one.
It's not enough time.
Yeah.
Like a
I mean, Allie
hour.
listens to audiobooks at, like, 2 times speed, so really a 4-minute drive is 8 minutes of audiobook, so, I mean, it's something.
It's true.
That's
It is true.
true.
It's a bit of a chunk.
Yeah. Especially if the audiobook's only, like, 8 hours. That's what,
Yeah.
1%?
That's hilarious.
Sure, I believe your math. Don't know.
Oh, you guys are gonna make fun of me.
Oh,
So
no.
in my morning
Uh-huh.
routine, I wake up, I check my Finch, and I send it on its little adventure.
Uh-huh.
And then, if I have time, if I don't need to go to work, I like to lay in bed and play Disney Emoji Blitz, and then I listen to my audiobook until
Uh-huh.
I run out of lives. And I was listening to the Triumph of Seeds book. What was it by Thor Hansen? And because I was like trying to like focus and like it was nonfiction, so I'm like trying to learn from this book, right? I had to like slow it down while I was playing because my brain it was too early for my brain to like be processing. So it was like at 0.7 speed.
Oh my goodness. It's like turtle speed.
I know. It wasn't bad, but it was like he was like super enunciating the words.
Mhm.
That's like what it sounded like. But it worked.
That's good, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, because otherwise I was just kinda like it was just fading into, like, the background, like, when he was going too fast, and I was just kinda like, "Wait, what did you just say?" I'm, like, too busy, like,
I get that.
emoji
Yeah, I get that too.
playing.
Sometimes when I'm, like, too tired to play a video game on the TV, I'll play Tetris on my phone, or like I'll do the paint by or color by numbers on my phone and just listen to audiobook.
Yeah,
Same.
it's so nice.
It is. I should go back to Disney Emoji Blitz. That was a fun game.
It is a fun game, and they always update it. So like every time like I come back to it, there's like a bunch of new stuff, and I appreciate that.
That is good. Yeah.
Where are the kitty cats? I can tell you where mine is.
Sleeping.
Yes, but he stole my spot,
Oh no.
Oh no.
my normal recording chair. So now I'm just sitting on the guest bed, just holding my tea because I don't have the table nearby, and he's just sleeping away in my spot. Because God forbid I got up
Rude.
to go find my headphones, and he stole my spot. That's Daniel. by
See, you're nicer than I am. I would have kicked him out.
I thought about it, but I realized that I'm making it work.
All right.
And you know what? Joke's on him because now Bella is right next to me, like
Oh.
sleeping, and it's so precious. So yeah.
Oh, you might be able to get the meow.
I might be able to get the meow. Oh, want me to try?
Sure. Do it.
Sure, why not?
Did you hear it? It was like a
No.
little meow.
No.
No, it didn't come through. Sadly.
All right, I'll have to what you call it? Wait for the right time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She might be too sleepy right now to get a good meow.
All right, well, someone else can go.
All right. Allie, you go, because I don't know where the hell my cats are.
My cats are very exciting and they're all sleeping. Yeah.
Nice.
Earlier they were begging for dinner, like our dinner, like my food. Because apparently they like our food, even though they don't. Well, that's a lie. Grizzly loves eating pizza. We're having pizza, and he eats the peppers and mushrooms off of my pizza.
Oh.
And but him and Ollie were on either side of my mom on the arms of the chair, begging for her food. But now they're all sleeping, so they're pretty chill.
Nice. I think mine are out on the back porch. I don't actually know. I haven't seen them in a little bit since they ate their dinner at like 5. So my guess is on the back porch, just chilling, as they do. But I haven't seen them, so I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah. I feel like when we record at this time, if we record at this time, it's evening. That's usually what's going to be happening is they're going to be sleeping.
Yep.
Their zoomy time is morning.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit in the afternoon or late in the evening.
Yeah, my cat's
So.
zooming time is like 11 p.m.
You know, Bella was actually zooming like right before we started recording, like because I had just gotten home and suddenly she was like, "It's Zoom time,"
Oh.
and she was running throughout the entire house, and then I could just hear her go, "Wow, wow," in the other room because that's what she does when she's excited. I know, I'm making fun of you. I am.
No.
I'm waiting because Frank's new thing, well, not new, but newish thing, is she scratches at my door and meows really pathetically to get inside my room that she's not allowed in. So that might occur at some point.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So, yeah. She's literally never been, I mean, I'll let her in here sometimes, but like, she knows she doesn't go in here. So, if I leave it cracked, she like bumps it open and then just pokes her head in and stares at me and then walks away.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's checking in.
Give me like
Hi,
an
Mom.
accusing.
Bye.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. She's like, "Hi, bye."
Mm-hmm. That's pretty much it. So.
Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to ask about what tea we're drinking. What's the tea?
What's the tea?
What's the tea?
I've got pineapple mango tea from Twinings.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
That sounds
My
good.
partner's mom gave it to me. I guess one of her clients gave it to her, so she shares the wealth.
Nice.
Yeah, she knew you would love that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was from the Twinings store at Epcot. Because one of her clients
nice.
loves Epcot and goes like all the time and brings her tea from there. So
We've been getting a lot of Epcot tea lately.
Allie had it most
Yeah.
recently.
She did. She had one
Yeah.
last week. You have one. Now I
Yep.
need one.
Yep. Oh darn, we're gonna have to make a trip to Epcot.
Oh no.
Oh no. Whatever are we going to do?
No. Not Epcot.
God.
Not Epcot. Not my favorite Disney park. Not the Disney park I made into an Animal Crossing island.
That's so true.
That's true.
It was so epic. Oh
And
my god.
That is such an epic island. Oh my gosh.
It still exists. You can still go to it. I still had it on the Switch.
Different level.
I won't tell you how many hours it took.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
we can just say it's a lot.
Uh-huh.
It's worth it. It's
I am
amazing. So
Yeah.
I am
Thank you.
drinking a. It's like a the brand is called Celestial. You
Mhm.
get it from the grocery store, and it's like wild berry zing. Cute.
That sounds good. What kind of berries are in it?
That's a good question.
fruity kind.
The box like literally is like all berries. It looks like strawberry, blueberry, blackberry, raspberry.
Nice.
Yeah. Those are the ones that they have pictured on the
Mhm.
bag.
Sounds
Nice.
tasty.
It is.
Very, very fitting.
Yes.
Mm.
Very fitting indeed.
I'm drinking the one from Courtney that you just got me.
Oh,
It's
really?
the white. Yeah. The white, I'm going to say this wrong, Ayurvedic chai.
Oh,
From
Ayurvedic.
Estero oil and tea. What is it?
Ayurvedic.
Ayurvedic, yes. It's
Yeah,
really
that.
good.
Oh, good.
It's got like your typical chai flavor, and it has lemongrass, coconut, and pineapple. That's really
Glad
good.
you like it.
Yeah, I
That
put a
sounds
little bit
really
of honey
good.
in it, and like a splash of cream.
Ooh.
So,
I never would have thought you make like traditional chai spices with like fruit.
Or
yeah,
lemongrass?
Yeah, or lemongrass. That sounds really good.
That's wild. I didn't even know that was in there, to be honest. It just smelled good and I just said yes. And I knew you like chai.
well, it's a very light flavor, but it's really good. Like it's really nice.
It sounds really good.
So I like it, and I know my mom's probably gonna try it because I showed her the bags, and she's like, "These sound amazing," because she really likes chai as well. So
I'd say, yeah, you guys have similar tastes.
yeah,
I love me a chai.
I don't.
Yeah, honestly, Allie, I'm a
This-
little surprised that you do like chai because a lot of them have cinnamon, and I know you don't like cinnamon.
I've learned that I do apparently like cinnamon, depending on what it's with. It's very
I am the
dependent.
same way. Like, we both are cinnamon haters, but it's kind of like jokes on us. We might not actually be cinnamon haters.
I hate the smell of cinnamon. Get that away from me.
Same.
And it's like when it's like with apples or nutmeg, honestly, is probably the bigger culprit for what I don't like, because usually if it's got cinnamon, it has nutmeg. And I've noticed nutmeg is mostly the one that I'm not a fan of, so I'm thinking that's probably it, but I don't really know. So
Interesting.
yeah,
Very.
So you don't like
but like
cinnamon rolls?
no. But
Yeah.
that and part of the cinnamon roll thing. No, but the thing is, so listen,
Okay.
cinnamon rolls is kind of like my deal with I don't like pancakes and waffles and French toast. It's the breadiness of it, and like the goopy. It's like that kind of thing with the cinnamon. So
I
it's
mean,
a thing.
you're still wrong, but sure.
No, I get that, but I mean I can say that, but then I like the orange cinnamon rolls. So tell me why that makes sense. I
What the
don't know.
heck?
It seems like you like cinnamon when it's mixed with like citrus or like flavors that cut through it a little bit.
Yeah, that's probably it.
You're not going to be taking like
I
a
like
straight up
pumpkin
shot of
pie.
cinnamon.
No.
But you don't like the
Cinnamon
crust of pumpkin
challenge.
pie. You only like the pumpkin center.
I love that you know that about me.
Wait, how did I not know? And I'm just sitting here like, what? The crust is like the best part. What's wrong with you?
A lot of things.
No, I remember some Thanksgiving you're like, yeah, my mom just made me the pumpkin center of the pie. It was all to myself. I was so excited. And it was like, that tracks.
Like, that's my grandma. She always does that for me. Gives me
Aw.
the extra ramekins.
Mhm.
So
I love that.
gets it.
That's so sweet.
It is so sweet.
Oh yeah. That's cinnamon.
See, I don't like pumpkin pie, but I love cinnamon. I did the cinnamon challenge probably in like high school or something.
Oh no.
It was fine.
Forgot about that. I would never.
No, I know both of you would hate that. But I love cinnamon. I sometimes make like my own cinnamon sugar, and it's more heavier in the cinnamon than like you would buy at the store.
No.
Yeah.
I know you would. I know
You.
it's fine. You can hate the things I love.
I loathe entirely when it gets to October. They have those stupid broom things of cinnamon.
Oh,
And it just
hate
is
those
cloying, and the whole store just smells like disgusting broomsticks. I hate it.
How do you think I feel? I work there every day.
Oh, you work in it. Oh,
every
no.
day. Ah. Yeah, no.
Cam
I just,
also hates the smell of cinnamon, so I get a small one and put it in my car. That's our compromise.
oh my
Your
god.
little broomstick.
Yeah, he hates it. So
How's that for you?
it's like a little hand size one, so I can
Yeah,
just
the little minis.
yeah.
No, like I straight up I straight up make a face when I walk by it.
Same. I hold my breath.
Well, that's how I feel about pumpkin flavored things. So
I get that.
yeah,
This could be like a whole episode of just
we could do a food
various
related
things.
episode, and it would be like 3 hours long.
Honestly. Just the different ways that I like this, but I don't like that. It's just a bunch of contradictions. So,
Yep.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was happening with me today with my coworker. I could go on, but we could, like you guys said, we could be here for 3 hours.
Never ending.
Yes, indeed. So next question. What are you guys reading right now?
Nothing. I'm lying.
You'll never believe it.
What is
I'm
it?
still reading Wind and Truth.
I was like, hang on.
Oh
I was like, hold on. Is she
Got a
gonna
little
get me this
excited.
guy?
I'm 84% through.
That's
So,
not bad.
Woo!
You're like the light is at the end of the tunnel.
yeah.
It is there.
I'm sad that it's gonna be over so soon, but I'm very excited that I'll have time to read
Wait,
other
excuse
things.
me. So soon?
Uh-huh. I have like
Listen to
8
yourself.
hours.
Phrase is applicable.
I have like 8 hours left.
That's still a
Some
whole
books, that's a
book.
whole book.
Listen, it's a good book.
Huh. Well, you can always read it again after you get through your library holds.
Yeah.
We won't talk about the library holds.
Oh, I'm going to talk about the library holds because she sends me a video of a screenshot of her phone, and there's like 6 there that she just keeps like putting. Like, what did you do? Like delaying them
Uh-huh.
because she's still reading Wind and Truth and other book club books.
I will get to them eventually.
Waiting for her, and they're lonely.
No, I'm letting the next person read it. I'm being generous. I'm letting them skip me in line.
That is fair, I will say.
Yeah, I don't want to hold it and hoard it for myself if I'm not going to be able to read it. Let the next person read it and then I'll get to it when I do. It's fine.
It'll
Fine.
happen.
Yeah, exactly. Um, yeah, I'm not going to talk about how many times I've delayed some of them. It's fine.
That's funny.
What are
It-
you reading, Courtney?
okay. Well, I'm reading our book club book, Tress of the Emerald Sea. I
Woo!
am halfway through that one. I just started this morning of Parable of the Talents by Octavia E. Butler, which is a sequel to Parable of the Sower. It was that one. The first book was the free one from, what was it, from Libro?
Oh, yeah.
And it was really good. And so, or at least I liked it. So then the library had Parable of the Talents available
Nice.
immediately. So therefore, I'm listening to it. And I actually have one more book. It's called Take a Deep Breath by L. Taylor. I think it's an indie book. That's the one I'm doing the arc for. So this is the first book of her series. And then she has another one that I was gonna actually be the arc reader for, but she wanted me to read the first one first. And it's a short book. I'm doing that one
Nice.
as an ebook. So I just kind of read it when I either don't have a physical book or maybe when I'm at work and I just don't have something to do for a little bit.
Reading on the man's time.
Listen,
Mm,
I'm doing what I'm told and babysitting the seafood department.
No, yeah, that's you're
there you
good.
go.
The store's not busy, it's fine.
It's fine.
Well, do something.
Yeah, don't want to just stare at the wall for hours.
I'll just stare at my phone instead. Yeah.
There you go.
Woo!
No, I actually haven't really done it that much, but and it's also a short book, so it'll be a quick read.
Quick one.
That's good.
And
Nice.
what about Allison?
I have 3 different books. I'm also reading our book club one, finally, Tress of the Emerald Sea by Brandon
So
Woo!
proud.
Sanderson.
So proud of you.
Yes, I did it. I'm doing it. I really like it. 32% so far.
Oh wow.
Um,
You're trucking along.
yeah. Well, also remember I speed it up. So
Oh yeah.
when
And you're
I hit play, it went from 12-hour book to an 8-hour book. So
wow.
Nice.
Also you're doing the audiobook, I'm doing the physical book.
oh, okay.
So it is, I guess, just slower for me in general.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah.
I'm also reading Junie by Erin Crosby Eckstine. Amazing. Like this is gonna be a 5-star book when I'm done with it. It is so good. Can I
Ooh.
read like a quote
Nice.
real quick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just to give a quick thing. It's about an enslaved girl in Alabama. So this quote was just hit me so hard today. Because along with the story, anywho, here it is. It says, "But love in any form demands equality, and equality won't ever be found in Belrin." Like
Ooh.
it's so good.
Nice.
I have multiple quotes that I've written down, and I don't usually write quotes down, but like this book is full of them. Like
Mhm.
so good.
That's
And
awesome.
then yeah, and then my third book, interesting title. It's called Power, Sex, Suicide, Mitochondria, and the Meaning of Life by Nick Lane.
I saw
So it's a
you like
nonfiction.
do that one. I'm just like, what?
Yeah, it's an interesting title. But it's all about mitochondria and how without them we'd still be like single cell organisms and how important they are and stuff. So it's been really
I mean, it is the
interesting.
powerhouse of the cell.
It is the powerhouse of the
Exactly.
cell.
Honestly. This one I get where you were coming from with like slowing it down because I was reading it at my sped up one and they're using all of these terms that I haven't really had to think too much about and I'm like, I slow it down, calm down, guy. Like
Like,
I don't
wait.
know, I don't remember what a prokaryote is. Give me a second. Like so, but it's been very cool, very interesting. So those are my 3.
Excellent.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's exciting. Do we have
Yeah.
any 5 stars?
I do.
Do it.
Ooh. Do it.
I feel like, to no one's surprise, it is The Soul of an Octopus by Cy
Nice.
Montgomery. I loved that
Yes.
book
Figured.
so much, so much. And I think it helps that I also loved Secrets of the Octopus.
Mhm.
And so this one was like a little different. And Allison was totally right. Like, you could tell like how much Cy just loved animals while reading. Like, especially since I believe she narrated the audiobook too. So like
Oh, wow.
it was very moving and impactful.
Mhm. I
Um,
love when authors narrate their own audiobooks. I think
yeah,
that's extra special.
it is. Because there is a lot of emotion in there. 'Cause
Mhm.
I'm just like, wow, I feel like she's like actually reading it, and then like lo and behold, she is.
It's her.
Yeah.
Her. Um, but yeah, no, there were like some repeat stuff, like just when it comes to like octopus facts. But I mean, I don't care. And
Mhm.
so nice having a little refresher. And I just liked hearing about her journey. And it was kind of like a memoir vibe because it was like over the course of like a year and a half.
Oh,
It
wow.
is, yeah.
Think that,
It's a good
yeah,
comparison.
yeah. So even though it's not labeled as memoir, it's labeled as science and nature. But like it's totally memoir, like because Sai like learns how to dive just so she can encounter an octopus in the wild. It was like a dream come true kind of thing.
That's awesome. I saw that Simon Montgomery also has a turtle book. I don't remember the name of it, but one of my friends posted about it, and I was like, "Oh, I know that author."
I think
Oh,
her
snap.
hummingbird book might be my next one, and then I might do the turtle one.
That's awesome. I like that they have written on a number of different types of animals.
Yeah, because there's also a tiger one. It's
Oh,
like
wow.
specifically about man-eating tiger in India.
Ooh, interesting.
I know. So I have no idea like what kind of topics is talked about, like how, you know, the psychology behind like within tigers of being a man-eating tiger and stuff like that. Like once you once you have the human flesh, you just crave it or something, or
Mhm.
just a perspective of tigers and stuff. So I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
She's got a lot.
She has a
I'm looking
lot.
at her right now. She has a lot.
And she
Got pigs,
she has like a lot
birds.
of adult ones, and she also has like the same number of like children's books too.
Oh, wow.
Oh, look at the
Hmm.
children's book. Inkie's Amazing Escape.
Yeah.
Cute.
That'd be so cute to have in your classroom, Allie.
Yeah. That's adorable.
I love it.
And so like I bet
Let's
those
see.
children's books are great, to be honest.
Mhm.
I like the art on this one. It's cute.
Oh,
Interesting.
after reading Soul of an Octopus, I like briefly contemplated owning an octopus, and then I realized really quick that was a very bad idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that'd be so cute, have a little octopus friend.
I think you need a much larger house to have an octopus.
Fair.
Yeah.
It definitely needs a huge tank.
Yeah.
And I don't want to evacuate with an octopus either.
Yeah, that'd be kinda difficult.
I just said, can you imagine? Like,
I would
no.
have to stay at my house and tell the fire department F you when they try to make us evacuate. I'm like, I can't leave. I have to save my octopus.
They're
And
gonna be
then
like, it's
just,
salt water coming. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
but gross salt water.
That's true.
And then
Okay, but are octopuses like cats and dogs, and when they get lost, do they come home?
Oh, good
they're
question.
pretty migratory, like just in the wild.
Yeah.
They don't really stay in a den for very long, but they do return to the den for a couple weeks and then they go off somewhere else. So maybe? I guess it depends how much it likes me.
Yeah.
It's true. I think octopuses are best in the wild or in captivity where if they're unable to live in the wild.
Yeah. And look
In,
at
like,
you
a
using
big
the correct term.
Who,
Well,
me?
that was
Yeah, 2 times.
Octopuses?
But that was, like, actually one of the
Yeah.
topics that was in one of the chapters because the way that aquariums obtain octopus is that they're all from the wild. They do not raise octopuses from baby because they're the size of plankton, and there's, like, hundreds of thousands of them. So
Oh,
there's
wow.
just no way that they can do it yet. I guess, was it the supplier? He basically literally you order an octopus, like, as an aquarium. He's like, "Hey, I'm ordering an octopus. Can you send me one?" Okay. He goes out to the ocean and he takes a few days and finds an octopus and captures it and sends it out. And they asked, or like, Sai asked him, like, "Do you feel guilty about doing this? How do you feel about like putting something like in a zoo, pretty much?" And they're like, I don't feel guilty, and it's because octopuses have to like really strive to survive out there since they are a mollusk without a shell, and then
Mm,
it's just constant struggle for survival,
mhm,
whereas they can go into an aquarium and not have to worry about things like that. They will be safe and then also live a little bit longer too, and they can be an ambassador for their species. So it's kind of like a little retirement home.
yeah, that's a good way to look at it.
Yeah. Especially they only live, like, 2 to 3 years anyway. If they can live for, like, an extra 9 months, that's great.
Mm, yeah, that's true.
I get that. That's a good argument.
Yeah,
I think it's definitely
Yeah.
works for, like, this kinda species for sure.
Yeah.
yeah, not every kind of species.
It's very specific, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
'Cause that's if you
But
read Secrets of an Octopus, it really, like, goes into detail, like, how much time they spend just surviving, and it's literally 100% of the time.
right.
Not just when something seems like it's about to, like, stalk you and maybe hunt you, it's like, no, all the time.
Oh, wow.
oh, okay. I get it.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was a really good book. I fully thought this would be your 5-star. Like, when I saw you were starting to read it and stuff, I was like, "Yep, here it comes. Happening."
And you know what's funny is that we kinda talked about this when we saw each other a few days ago, is that when it comes to, like, nonfiction books, my 5 stars are different from your 5 stars. Because Allie, you read
Yeah,
this book first, and I think you rated it a 4.5 or something like that. Like, you still
yeah.
really liked it, but not, like, as much as I did, and I think it really comes down to what we just think is interesting in general.
Mhm. I mean, it's kind of like the seed one you're reading. I don't remember exactly, but I think, like, my seed one was a pretty high
I
rating
think you
'cause
I
I
think you
just
did
found it,
rate it
like,
5 star.
super. Yeah,
And I
it's
rated it
loading.
4.5. So, and I still
It's
really
kinda
enjoyed
funny. It's
it, but
like
it's kinda yeah. I really did think it was gonna be a 5 star though, but I think it might be a little bit too brainy for me. Like, almost too brainy, which is weird because I like brainy stuff.
it's pretty intense. I do remember that one being
I think there was
a
just
lot.
so much being spit out at you, and I'm just like, "Whoa, hang on."
That's fair. Allie, do you got any five-star books?
I don't,
Me
actually. I
either.
haven't, I don't think I've really finished one super recently. Because I put one of my books off. It's on pause right now, just because my brain was not in it, so I wanted to pause it and then come back to it. Um,
Mhm.
'Cause it's a good one. I can't focus right now with it. So,
Fair,
That's
because
fair, yeah.
like, if you're not really focused on it, you won't like it as much.
Mhm.
'Cause that kinda
exactly.
happened
And
to
I
me with
know it's
another
going to
book.
be a really good book.
Yeah.
I will have one for the next episode, though.
Oh, yeah.
I might too. We'll see.
Well, I
Yeah.
know I'm gonna
Oh,
have one for
yeah.
next episode, but, we'll get there when we get there.
Yeah.
Hey, a little bit of time there.
Yeah.
Is it time for the topic of the week?
Pick up
Pick
a
a
wig!
wig!
Woo!
So this week we are doing a recap of our time at the Southwest Florida Reading Festival that happened this past weekend, which that was on March 1st. So by the time this comes out, it'll be a week later. And it was everything I ever hoped and dreamed of, to be honest. I had so much
It was
fun.
so good.
It was a lot of fun. I'm glad that we were all
It was
able to
nice
go.
to just like see y'all and spend time together and nerds.
Was.
Yeah.
All the nerds.
I felt like we were
Yes.
surrounded by people, like-minded people.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%. And there was like all
Bajillion.
different age groups too. So we did the first session and it was all people our age. And then we did the next session and it was all like older people. And then
Mhm.
they had there was tons of kids doing kid activities. So there was just literally everybody there.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
great. They had something for all ages. 'Cause like you
Yeah.
said, the second panel was, one of the authors that was at that panel was a little bit older, and that definitely brought in the older crowd, like 65 plus. Majority of the I think we might have been some of the youngest in that tent.
Yeah, I
I
didn't
would
see
agree.
anybody else, to be honest.
Yeah,
But
no.
maybe they were hiding. I don't know. I couldn't see, but
Yeah.
I think
I
we
think
were
there
the
were like
youngest.
2 people near the middle. That's about all I noticed.
I felt like a lot of people our age came for Allie Hazelwood and Julie Soto.
Yeah, and it was
Oh, yeah.
very smart of the festival to do their panel first
Yeah.
to, start the day off strong.
Mhm.
I mean, they
That was
should
such a
after
good panel.
26 years.
Yeah, that was the busiest or, like, most crowded panel we went to all day.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was at one point standing room only.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was fun, though.
I was just gonna say, I think part of it was they were just so energetic that even people who maybe didn't know them, like for like the standing room side of it, like they
Yeah.
kind of drew people in because like we're all laughing and like you could tell it was an entertaining panel, you know?
Right.
Mhm.
Both the authors and the festival host. She was great
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, the
Love her.
panel
It was
host,
good.
I don't think she ever said her name, but she was great. I know she's one of the librarians at, the downtown library.
Mm.
I
I
think,
didn't
anyway.
realize that.
She said that she was a librarian, and I'm assuming it was at that library. Maybe it was somewhere else in the system.
That could be.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the first
They
panel
did
that we
great.
attended was the Allie Hazelwood and Julie Soto. Oh, what was it called? It was the romance panel.
Yeah, it was swipe right for romance.
Yes. And they did like a really cute Google, like the Google question thing where they peel off
Yeah. One of
stickers.
the talk
I don't
show
know how
hosts, like, late night talk show hosts always does it on his show. I don't remember which one, but it's, like, the Google autocomplete.
Yes, that.
Yeah.
And it was fantastic. It was such a good idea.
It was. I have never read either Allie Hazelwood or Julie Soto, but I was still really enjoyed the panel a lot. Parts of it were very unhinged, but they still kept it like PG-13,
Yes.
which I thought was
They did.
impeccable on their end.
The whole Pride and Prejudice argument was
Oh,
so unhinged. Like
that was hilarious.
that was
Yeah,
amazing.
you have to explain that a little bit.
So in the 2007 Pride and Prejudice, okay, there is the scene near the end
Uh-huh.
where they run through the rain, and this is where like they're declaring basically like I love you or whatever. Like when Darcy is like, "Hey, I'm into you," right? And so their argument was he makes this like sigh face, and like people are saying he says please. I think the argument was Allie didn't think he was saying please. He was just making like a
Mhm.
breath.
Right.
But I went back because I
Because
was
she
like,
wanted concrete evidence.
yeah, she needed evidence. So I went back and I was like, I could see how he's saying please, but I don't think he was. I think I'm on Allie's side, honestly.
Mm.
Wow.
So that's kind of the whole
Okay.
argument
Okay.
for that. So I mean, I could see both, but like to me, he doesn't quite like have the mouth all the way together for the P sound. teacher nerd coming out, so I don't know.
I see.
But yeah, that was the whole.
Can I tell you something?
Have you not seen it?
What?
I've never seen
Oh my
Pride and
God.
Prejudice, any of the
Oh.
versions.
Oh,
I haven't either.
Okay,
What?
cool. So Allie's the odd one out here.
what? I've watched it multiple times.
I know it's a staple. I know it's a classic. People love it. I just can't be asked. Honestly,
I think I was too young at the time to like watch like grown up movies like that. Like I was still, doing kid stuff. To be
I'm
honest,
just saying. I think it's on Netflix, and I will be back.
I mean, I'm down to watch it.
soon.
We could do a movie night.
No, I'm just
So
saying.
we have
We're
to
always
watch
like,
Pride
what
and Prejudice.
do you want to do? What do you want to do? We're gonna watch Pride and Prejudice. Is what we're gonna do. Get some popcorn, make some queso.
I no longer have a Netflix.
I do. That is not an excuse.
Okay. That's fair. If you want to sign into Netflix on my TV, more power to you.
I will rent it. I will pay my money to make you watch this.
Oh no.
You will enjoy it. Probably not, but I will make you try.
That's fine.
You know what? Just for your education, Val, you need to
My
watch this movie.
education
It's
says the
education.
person that also hasn't seen it.
Yeah, Courtney.
Well, but am I also wrong? I'm not all. I'm right. Also, her education
It's
too.
Our education.
Both of
Our
you.
education. Your education, my education.
Just like crushed me there. My gosh.
I'm sorry.
Like, I'm not saying it's like
I'm
a
not.
favorite movie of mine, but it's a staple. Come on. You gotta.
I've never seen Titanic either, so
Yeah, that's
Me
not worth
neither.
it.
yeah.
Y'all are weird. We had the 2
Again,
VHS tapes.
it was like a thing.
We had the 2 VHS tapes. You had to play the first one and then go to the second one and rewind those things, and yeah.
My parents owned it. I remember seeing the 2
I think
VHS
so too.
set of Titanic. I just never watched it.
It never
Because
failed.
again, I was too young when it came out, and it just never got around to it.
Yeah, same.
Apparently, my parents didn't care. I don't know. Sorry, Mom. I know she listens.
Just throwing her under the bus. That's so funny.
Yeah.
So
All that to say,
and-
that was the whole argument for Pride and Prejudice.
Yeah. I think someone in the audience asked, why are all of Allie's love interests built like a fridge? And Allie's response was hilarious.
oh my god, I loved it. Here, where is it? I wrote it down.
You were
Okay.
typing a whole.
Yep. And then I was going like it was like a script. I was writing the script that they were writing in real time. Yeah, and just Allie, just all she responds is with, "Have you never found them sexy? Fridge sexuality is valid." Oh yeah, and I didn't realize that. I've never read an Allie Hazelwood. No, that's false. I have read an Allie Hazelwood book. It was Bride. I really enjoyed that one, and you know what? They were right, because that male main character was definitely fridge-like.
All of them are.
I mean, double doors, it's fine.
Yep.
I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and quote the other thing she said that was amazing. Is you think I'm writing for the plot? That was from Allie Hazelwood. You think I'm writing for the plot? There is some plot in
Like,
there.
nope.
It's very good plot.
Was that in reference to The Bride?
I think it was most of just her work in
I
general.
think it was just her work.
Okay.
And
I will say she does have very good plot.
Yeah, no, I liked the one in Bride a lot. It was done well, because they were talking about like expectations with traditional publishing and how and versus writing fan fiction.
Yes.
Because that's how both Julie and Allie got into writing, was that they saw something and they're like, I need more of this. Where can I find it? And then realize that regular people just write fan fiction. and just write it just because. And they're like, I can do that too. And so that's how they started writing.
I found it hilarious that of all the things, she started with Star Trek.
Yeah. I mean, it makes
Yeah.
sense. It totally makes sense. I feel like it tracks.
But then they both started doing the the Kylo Ren and Rey fan fiction. So
Makes sense.
a lot of sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they said that even in their current writings that J.J. Abrams has inspired a lot of their scenes.
Unfortunately.
That's awesome. Yeah, I forgot she said that.
And then Julie's fan fiction gateway was Twilight.
Yes.
Which is funny because Twilight is fan fiction as well.
Yeah.
Like, just story in general. It's funny.
I still can't believe that that's how
Yeah.
that started.
What is it fan fiction of? I forget.
What?
50 Shades.
Twilight.
Yes.
Oh.
Or is it
That
the other
makes
way
sense.
around? No, it's 50 Shades.
No, 50 Shades came first, and then Stephanie Myers? Yeah, Stephanie
Yeah.
Myers was like, you know what? I want to write 50 Shades, but let's make them vampires.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, we have Twilight, which, thank God, I enjoyed that so much. I read so much.
That honestly is what got me back into reading in high school, was Twilight. So if Twilight wasn't a thing, I mean, I probably still would have gotten back into reading, but that was like my big book
No,
read.
it's the other way around.
What?
50 Shades of Grey came out in 2011. The first Twilight came out in 2008.
Whoa,
that makes more sense. So it is the opposite. 50 Shades is the darker version of Twilight.
Yeah, it's the other way around.
Yeah.
Hold on, you're breaking my brain.
No, I just Googled it because I was like, Twilight came out when we were in middle school.
In high school.
What the heck?
Yeah.
Everything's a lie. Everything's a lie. It's a lie. All of it's a lie.
Then what is Twilight based on?
What is Twilight based on?
May not.
Do the Google.
May not be, because then it might just be 50 Shades as fan fiction.
According to Wikipedia, Twilight.
No, it was not originally a fan fiction.
The books are based on a vampire myth, but Twilight vampires differ in a number of particulars from general vampire lore. For example, Twilight vampires have strong, piercing teeth rather than fangs. They glitter in sunlight rather than burn, and they can drink animal as well as human blood. So she was inspired by vampire lore.
Like, I guess
we just had them mixed up.
Not like the untraditional one.
Yeah.
Yeah, she took her own creative liberties with it. Yeah.
Yes. Well, now I've learned everything's a lie.
Yeah, so 50 Shades uses horny vampires, apparently.
Yeah, pretty much.
I never read 50 Shades, so I don't know to confirm that.
I read
but
all of them.
Of course
did
you
you really?
Yeah. And if you can't tell by my voice,
are they enjoyable?
That was time spent that I won't ever get it back. So, I mean, they're not bad. They're not bad, but they're not great. They're like a fluff read. Like, if you just have time and you're like, sure, why not? You know?
But there's so many other good books out there now.
There are, especially if you want them hot.
Now,
Spicy.
Oh yeah, that one is. This might sound mean. It's someone who tried writing something spicy, and they were like, "Oh, I've discovered this type of spice. Let me just throw everything into one book series and not really know what I'm talking about." You know,
the shade, the 50 Shades of Shade.
Oh, you know,
I love it. Yeah.
It's a book.
Anyway, getting back to the Southwest Reading Festival.
Yes.
Let's turn.
Yeah, that first panel was really good, and like Courtney said, I think having it be the first thing in the morning was really smart on their end. But the signing afterward was chaotic at best.
Yeah.
My God, yeah.
That was a lot.
They
did not
I was trying to estimate how many autographs Hazelwood signed that day, Because if you and Becky were numbers 143
was
and
one
144.
I was 155.
Anyway, 155. And then they didn't even start handing out numbers until like what, 2 p.m.?
Yeah.
Maybe 2:30?
And the numbers went up to
So I
209.
think right. And so if everyone brought 2 or 3 books each, which most did, it's a lot. A lot of signatures.
Yeah, it's a
I'm
lot
thinking
of
like
signatures.
700, 800 signatures.
That's a lot of
Yeah.
like peopling. Like that's
It's like 500 signatures, probably, at minimum.
Yeah.
At minimum.
Yeah.
But she was so sweet.
She was
She
so kind.
was.
Like that was so worth waiting, and like just to like have that brief interaction. I don't know, like I brought up the podcast, and so she got all excited because we talked about our cats on it, and she went on a little, like a very quick thing about like her cats. So it was really cute. Really nice interaction. I loved meeting her.
She has 3 cats.
She does. Oh
I don't think we got cat names, did we?
no,
I don't think so, but I bet we could find out.
probably it's probably on our
Somehow.
Instagram or something.
Yeah, probably. But I'm glad that she's also a cat lady.
Yes,
Me too.
I loved her whole thing about like how much time she had. I have nothing but time.
Oh,
And
yeah,
I
that's
don't have
hilarious.
kids, I just have my cats.
Yep.
Yep.
One of the questions was like when do you make time to write? And Allie now is a full-time writer, so it's literally all day every day. She doesn't have a job, like a formal job to go to. She just stays at home mostly because she doesn't have a driver's license, can't drive.
Yeah. I thought it was interesting that she has a PhD in what, like neuroscience, I think it
Yeah.
was?
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
She was a professor.
Yeah, so she's smart.
Very,
And now
very
she's writing.
intelligent.
That's where a lot of her characters come from is
Mhm.
it's
They're all
like
STEM.
it's romance for nerds. Yeah.
And you can tell she knows what she's talking about, and that she's like at least done research in the other fields that she's written about. Like they're very well, like I was saying about the plot. Like she knows what's going on with these characters and what they're doing. So it was really interesting, kind of talk about
Yeah.
that. But
Nice.
yeah. So the other panel, do we want to talk about that?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, the next one we went to was called Misdemeanors, Felonies, and Hilarious Hijinks. And that was with Eleanor Lipman and Annabel Tometich.
I wasn't sure if I was gonna enjoy this panel. I just wanted to go because of Annabel.
Mhm.
But Eleanor was so adorable.
She was.
Eleanor was so precious. I loved her.
Yes, she is so precious.
Yeah.
It made me. It was like they're just all so likable. Like both these two, Annabel Tometich, Eleanor Lipman, and even Ali Hazelwood and Julie Soto. They're so likable. It makes me want to read them.
Yeah.
Mhm. Exactly. Yeah, I didn't know that Eleanor Lipman wrote, I think she did like 16 books, like her 16th one is coming out soon. And like, that's wild.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot of books.
That's awesome.
I really want to read one of
Yeah.
hers.
Me too. I think I'm gonna add one of them because one of the people asked the question like, Eleanor, why do you make your books so funny? And she was like, well, I don't try to make them funny. It just like comes to me, but if I feel like I'm reaching for a joke, she doesn't make it. Like she rewrites the passage.
Yeah, she'll delete the joke because she doesn't want to just. Yeah, you're right. Like she doesn't want to be reaching. She doesn't want to be
I'm-
making jokes. If
Yeah.
you find something, if anyone just finds something funny, then it's just organic.
I thought it was interesting how Eleanor was saying about if she like cuts a scene, and I like that she puts it in a document, her like graveyard document as she called it. So it still exists.
Mhm.
It's still there. It's like it's her time and it's her character. So I really enjoyed like getting to know that like she holds on to those scenes and has a place for them, even if she doesn't go back to them. It's still part of. They still exist. So
Yeah.
that was really
Yeah, I
interesting.
like that she kind of keeps it there just in case for whatever reason she wants to revisit it
Yeah.
and it's not lost to the void.
Right.
Yeah.
Perhaps borrow it for a different book.
Yeah, exactly.
I think she mentioned she's done that before.
Yeah, yeah. She said she takes, like, sentences sometimes and
Yeah.
uses them elsewhere.
I was just gonna say her comparison to the writing process. I wrote down a quote from her because I thought it was hilarious about the writing process is like an armless, legless man with crayon in his mouth. Like getting through the whole process of it for her. Someone
Mhm.
who's put out 16 novels, like for her to compare it to that, like it's a whole big thing for her to create a long enough book in that.
Yeah, she said that she doesn't really outline any of her books, she just kinda goes for it.
Yeah. I get because that's how I
See, I
lived
think
my
I
life
missed
whenever I
that.
tried writing.
Same.
So
See, I can't do that. Sometimes I do, sometimes like, certain scenes I can, but for the overall plot, yeah, I need the outline.
I'm not good with planning,
Fair.
Um,
surprisingly.
you're called it's called pantsing when you do the opposite of writing an
Really?
outline. I don't know why, yeah, but it's called like, you're a pantser.
Yeah, you're flying by the seat of your pants or the what's
Yes, that's
Oh,
why.
that makes sense.
yeah, I don't know the phrase. That's not the phrase, but
But something like that.
yeah,
I
yeah.
liked it. I
And then
enjoyed her.
Annabel is a local author. She grew up somewhere in Southwest Florida. I don't exactly know where,
I think
but
it was Fort Myers.
was it?
Yeah, or at least that's where her story is taking place too.
Mhm. And it's kind of autobiographical.
Isn't
It's
it
a
a
memoir.
memoir?
It's technically a
Yeah, that's
memoir.
it. Yeah,
'Cause it is different from an autobiography, technically, from a
yeah.
memoir versus autobiography. 'Cause a memoir is supposed to be how, like, the author remembers the tale,
Mhm.
whereas an autobiography is very factual.
Ah, gotcha. Okay. Yeah.
Well, that
But
makes
I
sense.
know
I
the
didn't
book
know
is
that.
about, like, her mom's jail stint after shooting a guy messing with her mango tree, and her father passing away. So,
I feel like I remember that news article when it came out too, like, when
yeah.
it happened.
Yeah, 'cause it
I was
happened in,
like,
like, a motel, right?
I don't know. I thought it was, like, her mango tree.
Oh, the moms? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, the mom it was on her property, but the guy, like, stepped off her property before she had a chance to shoot, so that made her the guilty party,
Oh,
Mm,
because in the state of Florida, it's like stand your ground, but as soon as they leave your property, it's no longer you're the aggressor
right,
versus
it's
they're
no
the
longer
aggressor.
technically self-defense.
Exactly, yeah. I have that on my TBR. I'm going to read her book.
same. It's very much the opposite of how Eleanor was writing. She was saying she puts almost too much detail in it, and has to cut
Mhm.
away a lot. So, whereas Eleanor was like, I have to push to put more detail into my writing, and Annabelle is like, I have to cut a lot. And I guess, was it her editor or someone said, we don't need every single fight with your mother, and to have to like narrow it
Yeah.
down.
And Annabelle is like, "What do you mean? I
Yeah.
need to let all this rage and anger out."
Yeah. So,
Yeah, no. I really like that panel.
yeah. And I could tell my friend Becky joined us and she wasn't sure if she would like it just because she didn't know who they were. Kind of like I didn't know who they were and she's like found it very interesting like the publishing process and like the way that they were talking about that, which makes sense cuz her being
Mhm.
a English literature major, that was her degree. So that was the side of it that
Yeah,
she really enjoyed to hear how they had to go through those processes and like thinking and how they write. So it's pretty
right.
cool.
Because the mango tree start to finish was, like, 5 years
Yeah.
Right.
from the first draft or the beginning of the first draft to publishing was, like, yeah, 5 years.
5 years.
Yeah, which I thought was wild because, in a different panel, Ginny Meyer Sane said that a lot of her books' first draft is written in 3 months,
That's
Yes.
insane.
And
which
it's
is
that is
wild. Yeah.
yeah. That is a little different though, because by the time she's at that stage, like, where she needs to write a book in 3 months, she's already under contract. Whereas The Mango Tree was the debut book. So
That's
she
true.
Okay.
had time. They wanted to get it right, and also it is different genre. It is nonfiction versus
Yeah.
fiction.
But still, that's still
I was blown away too. I'm like, "Oh my god, writing a book in 3 months? I mean, I could
Yeah.
do it, but, like, I need to quit my job."
Right, I mean, that is her full-time job is writing.
Right.
So, like, it does make sense, and I think Jenny said that, like, the pressure of the deadline helps motivate her to write.
Yes.
Helps motivate her to write.
Right. Because I mean, gotta get it done. What else
Yep,
you gonna do?
yep, you're not gonna get paid if you don't get it done.
Well, I mean,
It's your
and then the other side of it is like her taking 5 years, and then Allie Hazelwood, she has like 8 books out now, and her first book came out in 2021, so it's only been
Oh
4 years.
my
She
god.
has 8 books out, like, and it's a different type, you know.
She's
That's
trucking along.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Yeah, I wonder how many of those books were, like, already started or mostly finished before she got her first, like, writing contract.
yeah,
Right, and maybe she drafted one.
yeah, 8 books in 5 years. It's crazy.
That's a lot of books in 5 years.
Hmm.
That's more than one a year.
Yeah, and she has one coming out soon. I don't know when. Actually, that mate book that she was mentioning, I don't know when that comes out, but other one.
Mhm. That's wild. But I'm glad that she seems to be enjoying it for now.
Yeah.
Allie has another book coming out too, because people asked on about her Instagram profile. Because in the bio section, it just has a green heart, a pink heart, and question mark, question mark, question mark. And so people were like, "What is it? We want to know."
Yeah, because the other two at the top have the names of their already out or coming out books in the question.
Right, the officially announced stuff. So yeah, we found out the answer.
We did.
Not the
Kind
full
of.
answer, but we found it. We have an answer.
Have a answer.
We do have
Yeah.
the answer. It should be announced soon, though, I think.
Yeah, I think she said May.
Yeah, so y'all have to wait.
We don't know. It's not like we have insider information, all we know is that there's an announcement in May.
Yep.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. So yeah, Val touched on it a little bit already, but the third panel we went to was the Jenny Meyer Sane Plot Bunny workshop. It was a writing workshop, and she just gave a lot of tips for what was it, aspiring writers and like how the process works.
Mhm.
Which it was so good. And also, if we haven't mentioned this in the podcast already, Jenny Meyer Saint is my favorite author. So I fangirled, and
It
I
was so
don't
cute.
fangirl. I don't fangirl.
No, you
No.
don't fangirl, and it was a very, very, very cute.
Thank you. So yeah, I did meet her, and we did go to the workshop, and honestly, she answered a lot of my questions as someone who likes to write about the industry. Jenny is a traditionally published author, so it is good. Her advice was definitely much different than compared to anyone who wanted to self-publish or do like an indie press.
Mhm.
So, but it was a very good workshop.
It was. When I saw the title on the schedule, when I saw writing workshop, I was like, "Oh, okay, she'll give us, like, a topic in, like, 5 minutes to write something about it." But
That's what
nope,
I
she
thought too.
just talked the entire time, which was great. It was interesting to learn about her process and, like, herself and, like, her journey to writing because she was a theater director kind of consultant thing for like middle school and high school, and then 2020 shut all of that down immediately. So that's when she had time. She's like, well, I guess I'm gonna write because was it
It's
her
like I write
mom?
that book now. Yep.
Yeah, her mom is also an author.
Yes.
So she already kind of had an insight to the industry and like how to become a published author with traditional print media.
Right, and there was no nepotism involved. It was just she just knew the steps that she needed to do, which honestly
Yeah.
is much better than the rest of us out here.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of hidden steps to get into the publishing industry that as an author that you may not think of. Like she was talking about how to query an agent and like how to do that and be like, "Hey, please rep me as an agent, please. I want to be an
Yeah.
author."
Be an author. I want to be an author, please.
Yeah.
Thank you, and please.
Sounds really
Yeah.
interesting.
Like, here's 2 sentences. Yeah. Yeah, I think you and Becky were waiting in line for Allie
No,
Hazelwood.
they went and got food. I
We
think.
got
Oh,
lunch
yeah, they were
at the
eating
time,
lunch.
and also waiting at the
Yeah.
same time because we had our numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, very happy with that experience. I was on
Yeah.
cloud 9.
Yeah, I think she said she's on, like, a book a year schedule right now.
Wow.
Yes, and
So
I think how most publishing contracts work is a 2-book deal, and when she originally got signed, it was for a 2-book deal, and she's like, "There is no book 2," and her agent's like, "There will be," and she's like, "Okay." And lo and behold, book 2 came out, and it was great.
Nice.
Yeah. I haven't
I
read
think
any of them yet, but I
I
plan
think
to.
book 1 and book 3 are my top faves.
That's what I should have bought from Lucy.
What?
She had the first book. Her shop.
Oh, the Darkest Shadow Lies? She did. She had them as, like, a little sale on, like, sale
Yeah.
on the sale rack.
Dang.
But Allison, did you buy any books?
From the festival?
Yeah.
Didn't buy any books from the festival, no. I bought one from Lucy. I looked
Oh,
at
that's what it was.
books. I looked at the whole well, naturally with my job. I looked at all the children's books, but unfortunately
You
just
did.
they were just free if you had a child, and I don't have a child. So, you know,
Dang.
Question, though, would they even let you buy the book if you wanted to?
I didn't ask because my thought was it's for the
Oh my
kids.
god.
Well, they were giving them free to the kids, and I wanted them to
Fair.
have the selection.
That's fair.
I thought.
I think if you went back towards the end of the day and been like, "Hey, I'm a elementary teacher,"
Can I buy this book?
they might have given you a couple, but
Or allow you to buy them or something.
yeah.
True. Didn't think about that.
Well,
Next year.
I fell into the trap and I bought 3 books.
You bought so many books.
I bought 3! I
That's a
wanted
lot.
5! I wanted 5.
You wanted 5.
Yeah, I have them sitting right next to me.
Which ones did you get?
I had to buy an Allie Hazelwood because I wanted her to sign it.
Naturally.
Mhm.
I got Check and Mate, which is her YA one, which I didn't realize until
I told
this
you.
Allie on the podcast told me. Yep.
No, you flipped over the book and it said I forget what it says, but it's like YA
Oh,
romance, and I
a
was like,
charming riot of a YA debut.
"Yep, that was it."
Well, that's what's funny is that's the one they were like, and then you come out with some random G-rated book. That's a random
Like as
G-rated
this
book.
when all the spice level and the other ones just gets higher.
Yeah.
But it should be cute. It should be a cute book. I'm really excited.
I haven't read that one. Becky has.
And then I have a lot of faith in it. I
Too.
think it's because I picked up this one because my partner enjoys playing chess.
So does mine.
So like I think I'm like, ooh yes, I can get into that.
I don't have one of those.
The other one is called Close Knit by Jenny Colgan. So I have a tendency to collect books that are from either Florida or Scotland based on my background. And you know what I realized like after we went home and stuff? I never got Jenny's book signed, even though like she was an author there. I'm like, what was
Mhm.
I doing? Like I just failed on that one. Jeez. But
Yeah.
I'm really excited. It's a romance. It takes place in Scotland and there's knitting involved.
Nice.
And then the last book, this is a funny story how I got this one. It's called Fairy Tales the Sequel, and it's an anthology from I think it's like self-published or like an indie publisher. So it's kind of like the prompt was what happened after the fairy tales end. So what happens to Hansel and Gretel at the end of their tale and after that?
Mhm.
And
That's
each
cool.
Yeah,
yeah.
you'll have to
there's
let me know how that is.
Yeah, there's Hansel and Gretel, Sleepy Beauty, Aladdin, Rumpelstiltskin, Pinocchio, the Black Bull of the Castle of Blood. I have never heard that one. Cinderella, Goldilocks and the Three Bears, and Princess and the Pea. So each one of these has a different author. It's all short stories.
Okay.
So yeah, it should be. I'm excited about it. It should be good. I enjoy supporting self-published and indie published books and authors.
Yeah. There's quite a few like indie authors and like smaller imprints that were just tabling there at the event, so I thought that was interesting.
Yeah. That's how I got lost. And we were on our way to the Annabel Tometich and Eleanor Lipton panel, and I just kind of strolled into the tent, and I reemerged 2 minutes later. I'm like, I found a book.
You did get lost there for a second. I was like, she'll catch up.
And then I popped back up with a book.
Yep, with the book.
Good. I feel like there was a lot of that throughout the day. It's like, we'll find each other. Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yep.
It wasn't that big of a festival.
No.
But
It was
for
very
a lot
well
of people.
attended, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people.
Was that all your books that you got?
Yes. What do you want me to tell you? The ones I wanted?
Maybe next time.
Yeah, next time.
Yeah, Allie, you got one from Lucy
I did.
at Blinking Owl.
Yeah, I got you can't spell treason without T. Thought it was very fitting.
Oh yeah. That was on my TBR too.
Yeah.
See, you'll find out the name of the shop that's fictionally in the book would have been perfect for our podcast if it didn't already exist in a book. When we were talking about naming the podcast.
That's funny.
Yeah.
What's the name of it?
Tomes and Tea.
Oh, yes.
Nice. That would have been good. But I like books I read with my cat. It's a good name.
Me too.
I love the name.
People giggle at it. It's great.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, I think that's all I had for my recap.
Yes, same. We hit all the...
Did it.
All the main points. We did it! Oh, it was so much fun. We'll go again next year. I will take off work for it.
Same.
Yeah.
I will drive down at 7:30 in the morning to attend.
Yeah, that was a long day.
Or do a weekend.
Oh,
It
yeah,
just depends.
Yeah. Yeah. I wish you guys could have spent the night, but
Yeah.
I know that was impossible this time. But maybe next time with more planning, we can.
Yeah. We realized on the drive home, we
Indeed.
were like, we should have just gotten like a hotel or just like stayed with y'all or something. Like just.
Yeah.
But, all good.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Becky wanted to get back to the little one.
The baby.
The baby.
The babe.
Cool. I think we do have a couple announcements. Next episode is our first book club episode for Tress of the Emerald Sea by Brandon Sanderson.
Woo!
Woo! I was wrong last episode. It is absolutely a Cosmere book. I don't know what I was thinking. I forgot that the main narrator pops up everywhere. So, yes, it is a Cosmere book. And I'm excited. I hope you guys are enjoying it. I know, Courtney, you're like halfway through. And Allie, did you just start it?
I did just-ish start it. I'm 32%. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you'll be fine. Yeah. I need to do a little refresher. But we have the bookclub.com.org.com.
The book club's app.
Yes. But I'm excited. I hope you guys both like it. I think it was a 5-star for me, or at least a 4.75. So I really enjoyed that book. And one of our friends messaged me yesterday, and they're like, I really like this book, and has inspired them to read additional Brandon Sanderson books. So
Your plot is
pleased.
coming together.
No, I just think that he's a really great storyteller, and that friend in particular really likes well-told stories, so I thought they would like it, so.
Yeah, no, and also, like, again, with the likability of the author, it makes me want to read them.
Mhm,
After watching some YouTube videos of him,
mhm.
I love him. I'm a fan. And I hadn't even started Tress yet at that time.
Yeah. Yeah, you're watching his, lecture series, right, on YouTube?
Was.
Yeah. If you didn't know, Brandon Sanderson has, teaches a course at, BYU and records it, and you can just, like, watch that course for free on YouTube. I think he's re-recording it this year. So,
Why is that?
I don't know the last time he recorded it, but I saw that he's re-recording it this year.
Love it. And
Yeah.
if anyone wants to participate in our book club, all you have to do is go onto the book club's app and join the Books I Read with My Cat book club group. I have a message thread, so if you want to add any input, comments, observations, anything you just love or hate, maybe, about the book, you can, and maybe we'll read it on the air. On air? We're not on air, but you know what I mean. During the episode. We'll read it during the episode.
Yeah.
Stan.
And that's linked on our website as well. So if you just go to the links page on our website, there's a direct link to our book club's app page.
And yes, did you guys know, guys as in the audience, we have a website now because we have so many links.
Yep. Yep.
Which is just, oh, go ahead. What is it, Val?
Bookcatpod.com.
Super easy to remember. It's
Yep.
just like our socials.
Yep. Keep it consistent.
All right. So
It's really pretty. It's a
think
nice
that's it.
website.
It is a nice
Thanks.
website.
Oh, good.
Alrighty, guys. See you next time.
See
Yep.
you next
See you next time. Had so much fun.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for listening to this episode of Books I Read with My Cat. You can find us on social media at BookCatPod. And if you have any ideas or feedback, feel free to give us an email at bookcatpod@gmail.com. Happy reading.